you. Scotland fans don't just sing the national anthem, they mean every word of it. Goosebumps again. From desperation in Munich, redemption in Cologne, now will it be Scotland jubilation in Stuttgart? Steve Clarke always said 4 points would be enough for qualification. Now they have a chance to prove it. Defeat and Scotland go home and the agony at major tournaments goes on. Draw and most likely the outcome will be the same, with only the great sense of missed opportunity in the memory. But win and the Scots will be on the edge of something unprecedented. They need at least a 6-goal swing to get second ahead of the Swiss, but while that's unlikely, 4 points would almost certainly make sure of one of those best third place positions, and history all the same. Of all the great nights in Scotland football history, maybe tonight will be the greatest of them all. Scotland, gun in goal, Hendry, Hanley and McKenna, Ralston and Robertson the wing-backs, Gilmore and McGregor the two in midfield, McGinn and McTominay in support of Adams. Scotland playing from left to right in the first half, all in dark blue towards the Hungary end of the stadium on a humid and still quite bright evening here in Stuttgart in southern Germany. Hungary all in white, playing from right to left. Gulashi in goal, Bodka, Orban and Dardai, Bolla and Kirkes, Stiles and Schaefer in the middle, Szoboszlai and Sholoi either side of Varga. Hungary get the game underway, live on Talk Sport. Is this the night to remember for Scotland? And indeed the referee has actually turned it over and he's asking already for a free kick to Scotland, I think, right at the very start of the game. Flag must have been up on that far side of the field, and Scotland do have a free kick midway inside their own half. Away to our left of the Scotland fans. In fact, no. He's saying he wants the kick-off taken again, the referee. A couple of the Hungary players maybe a little over-eager. Now we're underway, and Hungary clatter the ball high and long downfield. Header away by Jack Hendry. We're just to the left of the halfway line, high at the top of the main stand, directly behind the Scotland dugout, and Steve Clarke, who's standing on the edge of his technical area. A sea of blue and salt eyes to our left, and alongside me in the commentary box on what's sure to be a nervy night, Chris Llewellyn.
Yeah, it is a nervy night. You're not wrong, Joe. I'm looking at that now. First header won, Jack Henry. Second ball won, John McGinn. Wins a free kick. Not a bad start at all, but this is where it's so important to be patient with the ball. Grant any of the defensive unit of that. If it's McKenna, Hanley, Henry, they have to have option. But look at how Hungary are set up, trying to stop McGregor and Gilmore to get on the ball.
Switzerland and Germany, the top two in the group, underway. Live on Talk Sport 2 right now. You can get the app to be across everything. That game taking place in Frankfurt. Really, Orban scoops the ball high and clear for Hungary, high up towards the halfway line. Steve Clarke says the Scots are going for all 3 points tonight. Remember, just a draw isn't realistically going to be enough for third place, even if it wouldn't mathematically knock Scotland out at this stage. A draw, defeat, and they're definitely going home. That is unthinkable. Hendry, 10 yards shy of the halfway line. A minute and 20 seconds played, live on Talk Sport, home of Euro 2024 with every game live. Scotland 0, Hungary 0. Chris.
John McGinn's already had a couple of important touches. Now there, I think he chose the easy option to go to Hanley when he can go out to Robertson himself with great quality and strength from McGinn.
Good turn by McGinn. 10 yards into Hungary territory, and he wins a free kick off the defender Dardai. He admitted in the pre-match press conference yesterday, John McGinn, we were here for that at the stadium, that he hasn't been anywhere near his best so far. But in a major tournament, you hope to get better as it all goes on. Free kick Scotland then. They've sent the three centre-halves forward for this. Whipped in by Gilmore, high towards Hanley at the back post. That's going to be headed away. There was a foul by Hanley in there, and that's a free kick to Hungary on the edge of their own penalty area. It's 0-0.
Yeah, he's so aggressive, Hanley. It's not a bad ball, but you don't need to climb. You know, he's one of the better levelers on the ball. And, yeah, his hands are all over here. You know, it's a silly one from Hanley. Try and keep the pressure in, or keep the pressure on and just don't allow Hungary to kind of defend their lines and clear the ball.
Reminder that if Scotland are to win the game tonight, they're looking for their first victory in any major tournament for 28 years. Euro 96 and Ali McCoist's winner against the Swiss at Villa Park. It's been a long time coming as Scotland win in a major tournament. As McKenna clatters the ball out of play off the heels of Buller on the far side of the field, and it's a Scotland throw in the left back position, way away from our commentary position. What a remarkable atmosphere at this stadium tonight, and everywhere you look to your left there are Scotland flags. You can't even see what's on the advertising hoardings, there are so many saltires now. Throw up towards halfway by McKenna. Hungary through Styles, can't win it back in midfield. Styles of Barnsley. The referee signals for a Scotland free kick just shy of the halfway line. In fact, actually, the ball has been out of play for a Scotland throw. He looked like he'd signalled for a free kick there, the referee, but seemingly content to allow Scotland to play advantage. Hendry back to Hanley, and it's 0-0. A relatively cagey start to this crucial night in Group A. Still scoreless in the other game between Switzerland and Germany.
Yeah, I'm looking at Scotland now, patiently. This is not a bad ball at all.
Adams back to goal, lays it back to McTominay. 40 yards out, he threads the ball out to the far side of the left, and Robertson. Now back in field to Callum McGregor, who was a very steadying influence in the draw with the Swiss. So what a good response that was from Scotland to their thrashing on opening night. McGinn, the number 7, he's got Ralston on his outside. Ralston back to the halfway line. He was standing right in front of the Hungary head coach, Marco Rossi. Hungary must win to keep alive any sort of hopes for them. Any other result for Hungary, bar a victory, and they go out tonight. Scotland in possession, 0-0.
This is brilliant from Scotland, just patiently. The defensive unit got the ball, bouncing it into McGregor and Gilmore, but they're stepping up. Hungary are dropping deeper and deeper, and that's where I think they've got to move the ball a little bit quicker in those wide areas, Joe. You know, Robertson and Ralston are always on.
Chris has been ready for this since Wednesday night. Things feel like they've turned for the Scots, and the streets of Stuttgart were very busy today. The fan zone, just a mass of Scotland fans in their replica shirts and kilts, and we've had some sunshine today as well. So it's been a lovely build-up in Stuttgart for the supporters. Scotland have a throw, starting with the possession. The Scots had much more of it. Long throw at the left-hand touchline by McKenna towards McTominay, cleared away by Hungary, and Scotland have another throw just into opposition territory. Again, McKenna is the man standing over this throw. First start ever at a major tournament for Nottingham Forest, Scott McKenna. Long throw towards Robertson down the far side touchline, and he's scooped into the air by Orban, the centre half. Nodded back towards goal by McKenna, headed further clear by Schaefer for Hungary. Now the ball's on the halfway line, and Hendry rolls it back to Angus Gunn, the Scotland goalkeeper. 5.5 minutes gone, and goalless in both games on the final night in Group A. Germany top the group, only need to avoid defeat in order to win the group. Switzerland starting the night 3 points ahead of Scotland. So for Scotland to have any hope of finishing second, they'd have to win big. The Swiss would have to lose big. It's a goal swing of at least 6 goals. That's unlikely, but for Scotland, the prospect of going through in third spot is a very real reality. McTominay's now been caught, and that's a free kick midway inside the Hungary half. Clumsy foul by Botka.
Yeah, Botka there, you know what, it's a nutty one, isn't it? The referee's seen it cleanly. Yeah, he's had a word, but very lucky. No intent to go for the ball there whatsoever from Botka. But again, another opportunity for Robertson to put the ball right on the money in the box.
Steely determination about the Scots on the night so far. Playing from left to right towards the Hungary end. They're all on their feet, the Hungary fans behind the goal, hands waving above their heads. Robertson will take the free kick. It's only about 15 yards into opposition territory this. Hungary with a high line, whipped in towards Adams, headed away by Dominic Szoboszlai, the Hungary skipper. Back out wide by McGregor to Robertson again. Robertson now has to shuffle in field to the centre circle, whips the ball cross field to the right with Ralston. Still plenty forward here for Scotland. Ralston hanging one up high, Hanley, and Adams trying to reach into the far post. He couldn't get to it, took a deflection off Orban, smashed up into the air by Kirkes, and now Szoboszlai on the attack for Hungary. His touch is heavy. Robertson comes across, Szoboszlai tries to flip it back. Styles, lovely ball out to the right hand side, and now the shot from Buller is spilled by Angus Gunn, and Robertson gets the header back into the gloves of his goalkeeper. It's going to be a night of real drama on TalkSport. Scotland 0, Hungary 0. Hungary really with the first shot in anger, pretty well.
Yeah, it did. Angus Gunn done ever so well, watched it all the way. I've got to say it was Boller. It's an excellent strike as well. Bounces before Angus Gunn, but Robertson great defending, seen the danger and made sure he just cushioned the header back into the hands of Angus Gunn there.
Safety first from Gunn. The ball spat up off the turf towards him, and he managed to push it away. Now McGinn making a sort of inside turn from the right hand side into a central position, and now the number 8 McGregor with a neat little 5-yard ball square to McKenna. Scott McKenna on the halfway line. No Kieran Tierney for Scotland tonight due to injury, and Ryan Porteous still out with a ban. Gilmore with the ball down the middle to Adams, who's broken between the lines, knocks it wide to Robertson. Good build-up play from the Scots. That opener in Munich against Germany, that 5-1 defeat feels a heck of a long time ago now. Gilmore into the feet on the edge of the penalty area of McKinn with his back to goal. Out wide to the near side, and Hendry teases it back in field to Gilmore. Scotland having to build rather patiently here, playing from left to right, all in that familiar dark blue with yellow trim. Gilmore now drifting across the edge of the centre circle, and now McKenna, a little square pass to McGregor. Hendry thinking about hanging one up inside right channel. Everybody for Hungary all in white, back behind the ball at the moment. Hungary's intent is clear. They want to hit the Scots on the break, but they can't get possession at all at the moment. Can Scotland do something with it, Chris Wellerman?
Well, I've got to say, I think the rotation of Gilmore and McGregor has been outstanding at the minute. Hungary are trying to shuffle across and be compact, stopping them from getting the ball, but their movement, one is taking it long, one coming short, and they're moving the ball very, very well at the minute. I'd like to see a little bit more pace on the pass, possibly maybe miss a player out to go out wide to the likes of Ralston. Jack Henry's kind of pushing a little bit further advanced on this right hand side as well.
Nearly 80% possession for the Scots in the first 9.5 minutes. Scotland 0, Hungary 0, and still Switzerland 0, Germany 0 elsewhere in Group A. That's live on TalkSport 2 right now. McKenna out on the far side, the left wing position. Big, bold but firm challenge coming in from Schaefer, and the ball is cleared away up to the halfway line where McGregor is there to win it back. It's almost like a chess match at the moment. Scotland are having all sorts of possession in the middle third of the field. Hungary are letting them play with it, but Scotland at the moment don't quite have that refinement in their play to carve out chances, and Hungary are waiting for the opportunity to spring out on the counter-attack. McGinn's little tuck ball up to the edge of the penalty area, all banned back to goalkeeper Gulashi. Not the best of clearances, but a poor cushion header by Gilmore, and it's now into the path of Schaefer, and Hungary have possession with Botka.
Well, that's a real opportunity. Scotland's seen a lot of the football there, and I've got to say it goes back to Gillespie, and he just puts the foot through it. It's a chance for Scotland. Billy Gilmore just to take it on his chest.
Hendry somewhat harshly penalised, I thought, for a tackle in front of the Hungary bench, and the referee with demonstrative authority almost jumped in the air there. The referee Facundo Tello is calling Hendry over. It was a foul on Sholoy, and that'll be a free kick to Hungary just shy of the halfway line. Now Scotland have got McGregor off the field at the moment. He's having a change of boots. Don't often see that early on in a game. He's replacing his white boots here, is Callum McGregor, and Scotland are temporarily down to 10, 0-0.
Yeah, it's just from the earlier challenge that you thought that a free kick should have been given. I think the studs just caught the laces and just pulled it really tight, so you can't really affect that, so it's just put a new bit on, to be fair.
So Germany as it stands, group winners with 7 points, Switzerland second on 5, they would go through automatically to the round of 16, Scotland third on 2. Probably not going to be enough, 2 points to get you into the round of 16 as one of those best third place sides, but 4 points, so a Scotland win you think would virtually guarantee it. No side has ever got at least 4 points and failed to progress in the tournament, and since it expanded to 24 teams in 2016. So the Scots know what they need to do tonight. 0-0, cagey affair, isn't it, Chris Wellerman?
Well, I have to say, Hungary, they had an opportunity there to keep possession of the ball and use it. Babay just tried to go down the left channel with a big ball, go straight into Angus Gunn. But then as soon as Angus Gunn gives it out to McKenna, Hungary just completely dropped and allow Scotland to advance to the halfway line, and that's where they kind of sit. I need a little bit more quality from Scotland in possession, especially in that middle third, to try and, because Che Adams, his movement's excellent, but be brave enough to play that pass when he presents himself. Can you find him and then get yourself up the pitch to support?
Oh, but has thumped the ball downfield, towering header away by Grant Hanley above Varga, which is just as well for Scotland because Boller would have been in down the right hand side. Not sure where McKenna was, the third centre half on the far side for Scotland left. He was missing in action, but in the end it's out of play for a Hungary throw, which Bodka will come forward to take. Dangerous from set players, Hungary. A lot of expectation coming into the tournament. Many thought they could be dark horses, but two very disappointing match days so far. 3-1 defeat to the Swiss and beaten 2-0 by Germany here on Wednesday. Floated ball forward, downfield, down the left-hand side, goes straight out of play from Dardai, and we can go right behind the Scotland goal. Away to our left-hand side and in front of the Tartan Army sits our Scotland reporter, Shabana Hearn. How are the nerves, Shaban?
I would say this is the quietest that I've seen the Tartan Army or heard the Tartan Army since we've been here in Germany. All still very, very tense affair, I would say, so far in this game. So let's hope they can pick it up now.
You can see Shaban right behind the goal, right behind Angus Gunn's right-hand post. Will give her away. Mr. Wellamo with us in the commentary box tonight. Former Scotland striker as Adams gives the ball away and commits a foul, and that's a Hungary free kick which Szoboszlai, the number 10, the golden boy, the youngest captain at Euro 2024, will take just over the halfway line. But Hungary nonetheless have sent the likes of Dardai and Orban, two of the three centre-halves, forward for this. Just as we speak, a defiant rendition of Flower of Scotland again. Yeah, very high line for Scotland.
Very high defensive line. You know, it will drop, but can they keep it as high as late as possible?
Szoboszlai pings the ball high to the edge of the penalty area. That's as easy a take as Angus Gunn is likely to have, and maybe a confidence-boosting one too.
Yeah, definitely. That's what you want from your goalkeeper. He comes out, good hands as well. Communicated early doors that he was going to do it. That just instills confidence in himself, but that defensive unit in front of him as well.
Quarter of an hour gone. Scotland 0, Hungary 0. It would be enough for Scotland to finish third, but as we've been saying, 2 points realistically unlikely to get them through as one of the best third place teams. They need a win tonight. Still goalless in the other game in this group, Switzerland and Germany. Tomorrow we turn our attentions to Group B. Croatia against Italy on TalkSport, Albania against Spain, who are already through, on TalkSport 2, and then on Tuesday the finales of Group D and C, including England against Slovenia, on TalkSport Tuesday night from 8 o'clock. Every game is live with us. Make sure you download our app. Free and easy to download. You can swipe between both stations at your leisure. That'll become more and more important the longer the tournament goes on, and particularly in this fascinating week where all the final group games are played. McGregor's tees the ball out to the Scotland left. McKenna back over the halfway line to Hanley. Just that one effort from Boller, saved by Gunn, that we've seen so far from both teams. And in terms of efforts on goal across the course of the tournament, these are two of the poorest in terms of efforts on goal, these two sides. In fact, Scotland have had the fewest shots at Euro 2024, just 13. But on nights like this, doesn't matter how many you have, all that matters is how many hit the back of the net. Hanley, big touch, takes him over the halfway line. Real ball into the feet of Robertson, back to goal, retreating towards the far side touchline, and the ball has drifted out of play, and Hungary will have a throw which Boller, the right wing back, tattoos down his arms, will come across and take. Is it the kind of night, Chris Wellamo? We always love having you in the commentary box, but from a nervousness perspective, you'd rather be out on the field, I'm sure.
100%. 100%. I've got to say how compact Hungary are tonight, really making it difficult, but Grant Handler has just tried to find Robertson on the inside. He got the pass through, but poor touch from Robertson. I think you have to be brave to take those passes on tonight, because as soon as, if you have success with it, you're nullifying 3-4 of the Hungarian players.
Forward by Gilmore, high ball up the middle, McTominay trying to reach it, diving header away by Orban, the number 6, and the ball is out in the right wing back position on the far side of the field, and an opportunity for Hungary to make some headway away on the right hand side. The ball has been played back into Scotland territory, and Angus Gunn has got possession, the Scotland goalkeeper. Callum McGregor has won Scotland a goal kick away to our left hand side. So from Scotland's perspective, defensively it's been okay, but yet to threaten the Hungary goal. Is there a goal in the other game in Group A? Switzerland against Germany. Talk Sports, Jeff Peters.
Germany are leading by a goal to nil. Robert Andrieck from 25 yards. It bounced over Sommer. They are checking for a foul in the build-up, but as it stands, Germany lead 1-0.
Thank you, Jeff. And that's a risky sliding challenge on the halfway line for Hungary's number 17, Styles. We know him from his time in the EFL with Barnsley, who is current club. He qualifies for Hungary for his grandparents. It was a lunge on Billy Gilmore, a late lunge, and ended up going right through the legs of John McGinn, and it's a clear yellow card right in front of the referee.
Well, I'm looking at it, John. We don't disagree too often. Styles had lost control of the ball, but he's committed to get it back. He's lunged at it. He's got all ball. There's no contact. John McGinn seen the challenge coming and jumped him there. I think the referee was behind Styles, but he got all ball cleanly. You think it's okay? I think it was a good
He's
challenge.
right in front of it, the referee.
Right in front of it, but unsighted.
But yellow card. Scotland will take it, won't they?
No, definitely.
So Germany lead the Swiss by a goal to nil. No, they don't, I'm being told. It's still goalless. So after that VAR check that Jeff was telling us about, it's still 0-0. Remember, in order for Scotland to finish second tonight, they need to win big, and for the Swiss to lose big, Scotland need at least a 6-goal swing this evening in order to finish second. That feels unlikely to happen. Hungary have the ball. Front forward by Boller. Down the middle. Hendry very nearly beaten to it by Sholloy. In the end, he's kept possession well, Jack Hendry. Steers the ball high upfield. Little flick by Robertson to McTominay on the halfway line. McTominay fouled by Botka, and that's a free kick to Scotland, and it's quite scrappy here on TalkSport. 19 gone and still 0-0.
Well, I've got to say, excellent defending from Jack Hendry there, followed all the way. Varga, excellent ball in behind, and he had to make the contact. But what was great about it was in possession. He got his head up. I'm thinking that can he find Callum McGregor? No, he clips it into McTominay, and he's done well. Made sure it stuck.
Robertson has chipped the ball down the right hand side. Billy Gilmore by the corner flag, taking on Styles, twisting and turning Gilmore, rolls the ball back about 40 yards into the path of Hendry. Hendry looks up, he's midway inside the Hungary half, back to the halfway line, and Hanley now. Chris Awolowo wanted the early ball in there, but Scotland didn't provide it. Shea Adams has hardly had a sniff at goal across Euro 2024. Could tonight be his night? John McGinn, corner of the area, a lovely reverse ball into the penalty area just over the head of McTominay, and Robertson didn't spot it early enough, so he couldn't get there at the back post. It's gone out of play. Goal kick to Hungary, and on the final night in Group A, live across the TalkSport network, it's goalless in both games. Switzerland 0, Germany 0 in Frankfurt, and here on a hot night in Stuttgart, balmy night, it is Scotland 0, Hungary 0.
I thought it was a great crossing from McGinn there. I think Robertson can do a little bit more to get on the back end, but you're looking at Dardai as well. It's a free kick on John McGinn, great strength, kept possession of it, and then he just whips it in with the left foot way back to goal there. But Scott McTominay was in a situation 1v1. If the ball was right on the money, then he's causing problems.
Has Scotland got that guile and quality to carve out the chances that they'll want to feel their possession merits? That said, has it really been high quality possession? It's given away by Kirkes for Hungary. John McGinn goes down, that's got to be a foul, right in front of the assistant referee. Now here's a chance for Scotland. Free kick, right wing position, level with the edge of the 18-yard box. Here come the centre halves.
Well, I don't understand how the referee cannot give a yellow card there. I'm looking at Kirkes. He's put pressure. He's lost possession of the ball. I've got to say, it's an excellent press from Scotland. Really forced the error. John McGinn at the heart of that. But this is a real good opportunity to put the ball right on top of Golaski in there.
Hungary end of the stadium. Robertson stands over it. He's going to swing this in left-footed. Back post is Hanley. McKenna's in there. Adams, McTominay, and Hendry too. Fizzed in by the left foot of Andy Robertson to the near post. Not a good delivery. Thumped away by the first man, really, Szoboszlai, before Hendry could nip in front of him.
Yeah, poor cross, wasn't it? He's got to whip it in there. It's so important. With the bodies that you've got in there, beat that first man. That was a comfortable one.
And so the ball is back on the halfway line in Scotland territory with Billy Gilmore. McGregor is standing in the centre circle. Back it goes to Grant Hanley again. Hanley out to the left-hand side where McKenna is waiting. And the ball in field to Gilmore. Now McKenna again. Back pass to goalkeeper Gunn, all in lime green. Gunn clears. First time left-footed. It's swinging over halfway. Almost bounced through to Andy Robertson. Covering and coming across was Bodka. Scotland throw. Scotland looking very comfortable defensively here, Chris. The onus feels like it's very much on Steve Clarke's team. It doesn't really look like Hungary even have anything to play for. They've got to win, remember, to stand any chance.
Yeah, it just shows you the nerves in the game for Hungary, you know, but I've got to agree with you. I think from back to front, the quality, even Angus Gunn there, he's got a few options when he gets his head up. Yeah, plays short most of the time, but the ball's into the likes of McTominay, Robertson, who are in advanced series, has been excellent.
And against Lelf is a poor one from the halfway line. He can't find Adams, but Adams has plucked it neatly out of the air to Scotland centre forward, the number 10. McGinn trying to spin and turn in a very congested area in front of the Hungary dugout. Scotland have played it beautifully through towards Adams, but Kirkes of Bournemouth, they're tracking back for Hungary to win it back. Hungary all in whites with a red and green trim, matching the colours of their flag. And now Dardai, the left-sided centre-half. Both teams are three at the back. Dardai will clip the ball long. Varga isolated, beaten in the air easily by Hanley. Hoisted downfield by Robertson. Flick off the head of John McGinn. Adams will chase it. Out of play it goes. Goal kick. Still 0-0. They've already had half the first half, Chris.
Yeah, but the quality's been good. Scotland have controlled the game with the ball. I think the passing is improved going forward. You know, John McGinn, Scott McTominay, Andy Robertson, everyone's winning those aerial duels. I just think it's a difficult one with Che Adams up there on his own, but he has to gamble. Now there, John McGinn done everything right, straight flick. That's where Che Adams has to be. Make the ball stick and allow us to get into that attacking third. We've already shown we've got the energy from that midfield that'll break in the neck to get in the edge of the box, but the delivery, we're turning the opportunity to put balls in the box down from wide areas.
Remember, Scotland's hopes really are on a knife edge tonight. Win, and that all but guarantees a spot in the round of 16 as one of the better third place teams. But lose, and Scotland are going home. It would all end at a European Championship again tonight. Scotland have never gone into the knockout stage of any major tournament. Here is Orban. He's midway inside his own half under no pressure whatsoever. About 10 yards between Orban at least and the nearest Scotland player in dark blue. Now Styles. A surprise inclusion for Hungary tonight. In fact, he travelled to Hungary for his debut. That was the first time he'd ever been to Hungary. It was a late call-up for him. Sliding tackle from Hendry on Kirkes. Hungary free kick in their left wing-back position.
Yeah, it's excellent from Jack Henry though. Can he go and affect it? Yes, he can. Puts Kirkes under pressure straight away. Yes, he's put too much pressure, that arm on the back there, but I love it. Well, that can send a message around his own camp. Be on the front foot, be aggressive, let Hungary know that they're in a game for thing.
Chris, we've been enjoying meeting the Scotland fans again in the build-up today. Lots of selfies and chats. Nervous optimism from the Scots. With the ball infield by Ralston, bouncing down to McGregor. Midway inside the Hungary half. Hungary doing nothing with possession at the moment. Nothing whatsoever. McKenna. The game is there for Scotland. Can they seize the opportunity, I wonder? At least that's what I...
No, you're totally right, Chris. You're totally right. You know, I think Scotland are controlling the game with the ball. Hungary are showing that it's counter-attack football, and it's a bad challenge.
Orban on McGinn. McGinn left on the ground, holding his leg, and a yellow card for the centre-half. Crunching challenge from Willi Orban, who has been a relatively consistent member of this Hungary team, but he was very late there on McGinn, and it's another free kick for Scotland here. This one is what we're looking at 20 yards into the Hungary half, Chris, about 5 yards infield from the near side touchline. Here come Hendry, Hanley and McKenna again. Lots of aerial ability in this Scotland team. Can they make it count?
Yeah, well, you look at this, you look at Hanley, you look at Henry and McKenna. All three go to the back, stand it up big, and then you've got the other 3-4 players in the danger area. Put it right back in the mix.
Driven in by Billy Gilmore, high towards the back post of McKenna, headed away, nodded down by McGregor. It's bouncing in front of John McGinn. He's 40 yards out. He's teased it down the left-hand side. McGregor's deflected cross, cleared away by Bodka. Hungary unable to retain possession with any sort of regularity. Scotland with it back. Robertson's ball up the middle. Coming backwards was Hendry. He's got the ball midway inside the Hungary half, and he's unchallenged here. Hungary look a nervous wreck, but Scotland often they've given it away, and Hungary have prodded it through the middle up towards Sholoi, midway inside the Scotland half. The Scots funneling defenders back, but here is Kirkes with time possibly to measure across. It takes a deflection off Anthony Ralston, thundered into his stomach. He's gone down-winded, and Hungary have won the game's first corner. Scotland 0, Hungary 0. A nerve-shredding 27 minutes so far for the Scots, and it's still goalless in the other game in this group between Switzerland and Germany. So Germany would be top, the Swiss second, the Scots third, but with just 2 points, and Hungary would go out tonight as it stands.
This is where Scotland have to be switched on. No one scored more goals from set pieces in Hungary qualifying for these Euros, so communication.
You're absolutely right, Chris. This is Hungary's speciality. Orban and Botka, two centre-halves, are standing right in front of Angus Gunn on the goal line. Szoboszlai's corner, short to Kirkes. Corner of the penalty area, all left foot, back out wide to Szoboszlai to hang up a good cross into the 6-yard box. Brave header away by Hanley. You can always rely on Hanley. And Adams has beaten Balla to it. Now then, here come the Scots. Adams over the halfway line. 3 against 3. Adams a little slow to play the pass. He's had to hold it up. He goes backwards to McGregor, and now Scotland have it back just inside opposition territory. Meanwhile, at the other end of the field, Botka's gone down inside the Scotland penalty area. He stayed down. The referee stopped the game. 0-0, and here's Chris O'Sullivan.
It's an excellent defensive header there, and a little bit fortunate with the break coming off the midriff of Adams. I'm looking at this challenge now. Oh, I tell you what, Hanley's got to be careful. The arms all over Botka's face here. No.
We've got monitors in our commentary position. I don't know, Chris. I don't think there's much wrong with the challenge from Hanley.
Yeah, I guess you use your arms when you're going up. He's made contact with the ball, Hanley with the head there, but the arms are not the forearms in the face of Botka. But excellent break, great energy. Canty Adams just released John McGinn once he's committed the defender to the challenge.
Goal in the other game in Group A in Frankfurt. Switzerland against Germany. Which way, Jeff Peters?
Switzerland have the lead. It's been scored by Dan Ndoye. Freuler with the cross from the left-hand side, and Ndoye with the first-time touch to divert it past the goalkeeper Neuer. Switzerland 1, Germany 0.
It's live on TalkSport 2 right now if you want to download our app and swipe between the two stations. So Switzerland, as it stands, would win the group ahead of Germany, and that means that third place is going to be as good as it can possibly get for the Scots. Underlines the fact that really finishing second was always going to be a very distant possibility. They needed something of a mathematical miracle. Now meanwhile here in Stuttgart, Hendry's gone down, and then he was trodden on by Sholoi. Steve Clark not happy with the decision to give Hungary a free kick right in front of the Scotland dugout.
Well, I'm in shock that the VAR's not having a look at that. Sholoi is stamped on the stomach of Jack Henry.
Meanwhile, Szoboszlai's going to float the free kick high downfield. It's only half away. It's come down to Sholoi, the player involved in that incident. 10 yards shy of the edge of the penalty area. Scotland with everybody in blue back behind the ball. Out on the right is Bollert whipping across. Cleared away left-footed first time by McKenna. It's won back by Sholoi, but only temporarily. The ball bounces off Scott McTominay. Scotland can't clear. Free kick now to Hungary. Foul by Adams, retreating backwards, and he sends Styles sprawling, and it's a Hungary free kick which might just about be within shooting range. 35 yards from goal. 0-0. These are nervy moments for the Scotland fans.
Well, I don't know what Adams is even asking the referee. It's a blatant free kick on Callum Styles there. He had 3 opportunities to make the ball stick and allow Scotland to get up. Poor touch on 2 occasions, and then gives a silly free kick away. Central.
For many thousands of Scotland fans, it stretches not just behind the goal to our left-hand side, but all the way to the far side and on the near side as well. Wrap-around formation. And Scotland fans in their blue waving their flags, but Dominic Szoboszlai is standing menacingly over this free kick. Scotland cannot afford to lose tonight. Hungary cannot afford not to win. The same really is true of the Scots. Realistically, they must win to stand any chance of being one of those best third-place teams. 4 of those will go through. Szoboszlai, eyes wide, drives the ball right-footed, takes a big deflection, loops high over the top for a Hungary corner on the near side.
Well done its job. Have to stand big, strong. Yes, a great header from McKenna as well, you know, have to be brave there.
And Scotland will have to be brave not just in these tense moments, but across the entirety of the 90 minutes. Szoboszlai's corner, Soltires surrounding Dominik Szoboszlai, the Hungary captain, one arm up into the air, right foot into the 6-yard box, headed away by Hanley in front of his own goalkeeper. Adams can't flick it further clear, loaded back into the Scotland penalty area. Sholoi was up there, still on the edge of the Scotland box, this time hammered away by Anthony Ralston. Upfield, no problems for Ralston so far. Shaky opening 2 match days, but Scotland have faced very little attacking threat from a Hungary perspective. In fact, a couple of minutes ago, Hugh showed me a great graphic that suggested that the XG for both teams is pretty much 0. In fact, it is 0 for Scotland. XG of 0, 32 and a half minutes in, and 0.01 for Hungary. That tells you everything you need to know about the sheer lack of any sort of goal-mouth action in the game so far, and just how important it is for both teams not to be the player to make a mistake that could send them home and out of the tournament. Sholoi dances beyond John McGinn, left in for dead, scampers into the Scotland half. Now Szoboszlai rolls the ball into the penalty area. Vargas made a good run inside left channel. He's beaten McKenna to it. Back to Kirkes. Low ball in poor, cleared away by Ralston. Kirkes will get a second opportunity to gyre in the cross, high to the back post. Good touch on that crucial touch to flick it away from Scott McTominay.
Yeah, too easy. The opportunity down this left-hand side, ball's coming in. Scott McTominay, to be fair, he had to come a long way to get that touch as well, but great little flick. Good defensive header there, but Hungary are growing in confidence, using the ball well and look more threatening, especially down this left-hand side, Joe.
Switzerland 1, Germany 0, the latest score in the other game in this group. Whatever happens tonight, we'll bring you all the reaction on the Euro Sports Bar Weekender with Danny Kelly and Perry Groves. You can have your say on 03717 223344 Scotland fans. Will they be partying all night in Stuttgart? No Scotland, no party, so they say. Schaefer for Hungary, surging up the far side, the right. Scotland with plenty back behind the ball, but this is Hungary's best spell of the game in terms of possession, 34 minutes in, and in terms of territory as well. Ball forward by Dardai, Szoboszlai's dummy, only half away. It's come to Sholoi, snapshot, rising drive, comfortably over the top, and it lands behind the goal where those Scotland fans are, and just in front of the Scotland fans, right behind the goal, just metres from the edge of the action, is our Scotland reporter, Shabana Hearn.
Oh, Joe, this is nervy, especially Hungary starting to really come into things just now. I hope the communication at the back maintains, because Grant Hanley's been a great source of communication for that back line. They seem to be working really well together. By the way, just a moment ago when Hungary got that free kick, instead of that corner, Jack Henry lifts up his top. You can see the stud marks and the cuts on his chest and on his stomach, and you can tell that it's causing him some problems.
That was Sholoi on Hendry, and someone have felt that VAR should have had a look at that. Perhaps the video assistant referee will have deemed that it was totally accidental from Sholoi and that his momentum couldn't help but take his foot onto Hendry.
Yeah, but you can still take your way out of the motion, can't you, when it's down? It looked like he put a little bit more on it and came down on Henry there. I know it's momentum, but you can still protect the player.
Styles on the edge of the Hungary penalty area, rattles a high ball upfield, left-footed. Grant Hanley dominant there again for Scotland. Looks a picture of calm does Hanley so far. Gilmore's lost possession, surrounded by two in white, tugs the shirt of Sholoi, who pops it back to Orban. You can see that Hungary, Chris, visibly growing in confidence in the game now.
Well, that's it. I just feel that Billy Gilmore there, fantastic little take on his chest as well, but he's not going to get that time to get his head up and put his foot in the ball. You know, I've got to say Sholoi was round about and put that pressure on and force there and regain possession. They have to move it quicker.
Headed away by Hendry, not picked up by McGregor on the halfway line, and now the ball is with Sholoi midway into the Scotland half. Sliding in is Hendry. McGregor couldn't get there either. Schaefer out to the near side, the left of the number 11 Kirkes. Again, all left foot. First instinct to go back to the halfway line where Dardai is waiting, and now Orban. Well, the atmosphere is noticeably quieter than in other group matches. You really can feel the air thick with tension now. Offside against Hungary, free kick Scotland. How are your nerves at the moment, Big Chris Iwelumo?
It's just little things, you know. There you're looking at McKenna, he's reacting to it rather than anticipating and just putting the head through it. And the likes of Varga there just react a little bit better and got that flick. Yeah, offside, very fortunate, but yeah, it's all Hungary picking up second balls and anticipating where the balls are going to go and being in the space, and that's where Scotland have to be better.
There's a lot of chat about what Scotland might do in terms of setup after the injury injury to Tierney, a hamstring injury which has led to him being sent home to be assessed by Arsenal, his club of course. One thought was that Scotland might ditch the 3, switch to a 4 and go with an instinctively more attacking setup. Steve Clarke has opted for a conservative start to the game, at least tonight. The longer it goes on, of course, the more Scotland will have to take risks. There's a small chance 2 points would be enough to be one of those third place teams, but they need 4 really, don't they, Chris? And that's what the manager said the entire time, 4.
Yeah, I think Steve Clarke will be happy with the amount of ball that Scotland have had in this game, but the whole point of having the ball is to create chances. Don't turn down opportunities to put the ball in the box, in wide areas. You don't have to get into the attacking field to put a cross in.
And still Switzerland 1, Germany 0 on TalkSport 2, so Scotland cannot finish second. McGregor's ball to his left, and McKinnon drives into Hungary territory, almost up to the corner of the penalty area. Far side the left is the captain Andy Robertson, back to Callum McGregor. McTominay and Adams are standing on the edge of the penalty area. No great movement from the Scots though inside that Hungary penalty box. McGinn's little flick touch into the path of Anthony Ralston. Great run, not a bad cross. Adams gets his head to it. Scott McTominay back to goal, flicks over the head of the defender, almost finds Adams, cleared up into the air by Botka, high up into those dark skies, nodded down by Scott McKenna. John McGinn has brought it out of the air, corner of the penalty area. John McGinn sizes up the cross, it takes a bounce, well gathered by the blue-clad Gulashi inside his 18-yard box. Neither goalkeeper has had a serious save to make in the first 38 and a half minutes.
Yeah, much better from John McGinn though, just puts that one out there. He fires it in and it's straight at the Hungarian goalkeeper. I just feel that likes of Tio Adams, Scott McTominay and Robertson were at the back area. One of them has to try and break his neck to get across the path and the flight of the ball to get some sort of contact.
I'm sure it went down a little theatrically in front of the halfway line, I have to say. Quite a big drop from where we are to the touchline below in the upper tier, but we had a good view of Sholloy going to ground under the challenge of Ralston. There wasn't much in that really, that challenge. And it's a free kick to Hungary on the halfway line, with Scotland as it stands really struggling to get their attacking players involved in the game and on the ball. More on that in a moment. Free kick into the Scotland penalty area, headed away by Robertson, back in by Dardai, nodded further clear by Hendry, and then a risky attempt at a bicycle kick of a clearance by Adams. High boot on Varga, free kick, very dangerous area, just to the right of the edge of the D for Hungary.
I like to see this again. I think it was a kind of instinct thing from Adams there. Poor touch, and he's looking at it. You know what he has is he has clipped the face of Varga there as well. So yeah, spot on.
But it had to be. It was a risky clearance. Tried the acrobatics, did Adams. He's hardly been on the ball in the game at the other end of the field. And now a free kick for Hungary within Dominic Szoboszlai range. Scotland 0, Hungary 0. Live across the nation on TalkSport from inside the stadium here in Stuttgart in southern Germany. We've followed Scotland, Chris, Hugh and I, all across the group stages. A win might be enough for an historic place in the round of 16, but it's still 0-0. There have been hardly any chances. Maybe one here coming up for the Hungarians, all in white at the Scotland end. McGinn is lying behind the Scotland wall, 25 yards out. Szoboszlai dinks it in. Orban heads it over the top. What a chance for Vinny Orban. Everybody expected the shot from Szoboszlai. Instead, a clever floated cross into the penalty area. Orban, yes, the angle was against him, but he's inside the 6-yard box. He's totally free. He should have scored.
Well, I'm looking at on the monitor. I think he was offside anyway, but I've got to say, you have to take responsibility there. You have to make sure that you get, I think Angus Gunn makes himself big. Great little ball from Szoboszlai as well. But you know what? Orban there, head it down. He's seen the ball all the way, but I think we'll all get a look at that. I think he just strayed off sideways, shoulder and head.
Big chance on a night where Hungary must win, or they are out. Not won a game at the European Championships Hungary since 2016 in the group stages. Scotland without a major tournament win since Euro 96. The ball is with Botka, Hungary defender, back to the goalkeeper. Scotland really struggling to get, as I say, those attacking players on the ball. In fact, Gunn has completed more passes, the goalkeeper, than Adams, McTominay and McGinn. That probably says it all. That's the Scotland front three.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Adams. He's looking tired tonight. I've got to be honest. I think that's a change that Steve Clarke has to think about. The attributes of Shankland, very, very similar, but fresh legs as well.
Feels a little too close for comfort for the Scots at the moment. Remember, as it stands, though they can't finish second with Switzerland still leading Germany, Switzerland would win the group. Scotland at least would have a very slender shot at possibly getting through on 2 points in third, but it's highly, highly unlikely. The ball is just inside Hungary territory. Ralston's won it back and he's gone backwards to Grant Hanley. Forward shouts Chris Oliver, but it's not happening, Chris.
Yeah, he's got to be braver there, Ralston. I know he's looking at Jack Henry, but he's got so much time and space. You drive in centrally, commit a Hungarian player, that creates space for others.
What Scotland need is a goal. Che Adams down by the corner flag, overhit cross. Bowler's got to be careful with Robertson coming in. He brought it down inside the penalty area nervously and then crashes the clearance high upfield to the halfway line where Grant Hanley is waiting. Hanley really steadying presence in the Scotland side tonight. Billy Gilmore on the halfway line. Now McKenna square to Hanley, 10 yards shy of halfway. If you're neutral, it's certainly been far from a classic. Extremely nervy, with 2 minutes of normal time remaining at the end of the first half. 0-0 on TalkSport. Adams crossfield, right to left, headed away by Buller. Little flick by Szoboszlai into the path of Varga. Schaefer through the legs on the halfway line of McGregor. Oh, and then Hendry lunged in. That was a risky challenge from Hendry. Schaefer was involved, but Hendry looks down at Schaefer. It was a 50-50 of sorts, and Schaefer, is he the one being penalised?
Yes, he is. I think the referee was up to speed there. Jack Henry's went, he's made sure that he's going to make the contact first. I'm just waiting to see this on the monitor because the referee very, very quickly reached for the pocket. It's Jack Henry who makes the decision to slice. I tell you what, he's shown a bit of stud there, but I think it's a genuine attempt to try and get the ball.
Well, Schaefer came off worse, but he is going to get the yellow card, and you're right, Chris. Hendry got to it first, and then Schaefer on the follow-through caught Hendry's leg with his right foot, and he is booked. So that's the two central midfielders booked for Hungary tonight. Scotland free kick, almost smack on the centre spot, 0-0.
Yeah, it's a fantastic officiating from Kindotello. I've got to say, up to speed, made his decision very, very quickly. I feared that it was going to go the other way, but Jack Henry won the ball cleanly.
Clip downfield, the free kick from Robertson, high to the back post. Hanley is climbing. McTominay's brought it down inside the area, a long way from goal though, with his back to goal. Teases the ball backwards to Conor McGregor. Little ball infield to Gilmore, nearly slipped but steadied himself. Now McGinn, about 40 yards out, dinks one in high, up go the heads. McKenna was there, out comes the goalkeeper, gets the bouncing ball, and the danger is gone. From a Hungary perspective, Scotland see the chance go begging as we tick towards first half stoppage time under the lights here. I can see the fourth official down below us, but Scotland still couldn't fashion that effort on goal.
Yeah, but it's an opportunity. It's an excellent little ball forward from John McGinn from central as well. McKenna and McTominay really caused a problem there. The ball bounces really 3 times before Golaski can come out and collect. That's when Jack Henry has to go forward and make some sort of contact, and he's got to anticipate that, Joe.
1 minute added at the end of the first half here, live on TalkSport. Scotland third in the group. 2 points probably though won't be enough to be one of the 4 best third place sides in the tournament and go into the knockouts. Header away by McKenna, retreating, little touch by Robertson to Gilmore, nice ball out to the left, and McGregor 10 yards shy of halfway. McTominay sliding in his pocket to beat him to it, firm but fair challenge. Styles marauding forward, danger here for Scotland, to the lead square to Dominic Szoboszlai, edge of the D, rising left-footed drive, clean over the top, goal kick away to our left. We've nearly had the minute of added time. Chris Owelamo, Scotland fans can draw breath again after
that. Definitely, John. Styles just driving forward, releases the ball fantastically well to Szoboszlai. You don't want him having the space and time there. He'd be disappointed with the quality that he's got, but he's not worked Angus Gunn there.
Tense would be the greatest understatement when describing that first half as the referee blows the half-time whistle. Defiant chanting for the Scotland fans behind the goal to the left-hand side, but in a game that realistically they must win, they haven't fashioned any sort of opportunity and any sort of meaningful effort on goal whatsoever. Likewise, Hungary know that if they don't win, they are definitely out tonight. They've had the best chance of the game. Szoboszlai's clever free kick, free header for all Orban, but he couldn't find the target. Half-time on TalkSport in Stuttgart, Scotland 0, Hungary 0. No changes at half-time for either team, and night has drawn in here in Stuttgart, and there's unlikely to be any sort of respite for the Scotland fans in terms of nerves as this goes on. In fact, the longer it stays like this with the score 0-0, things will only get more tight and tense. Who will break cover first? Who will seize the initiative? Is it Scotland's night in southern Germany? Scotland from right to left in the second half towards the Tartan Army end. The Saltires and the Sea of Scotland fans. Scotland in the dark blue with yellow trim, and Hungary from left to right towards the end where their supporters are housed, all in white with red and green trim. Early touch for Callum McGregor on the halfway line for Scotland. Back it goes to McKenna, who will roll the ball to the feet of Angus Gunn. What are you expecting from the Scots in the second half, Chris Awolowo? It's a game they really need to win.
Yeah, I think very much the same. Try and be composed when in possession of the ball. Be patient with it, but they have to take more risk. You know, when they do get into those wide areas, end product, that's what it's all about. Well, that's what breathes confidence into the attacking players as well. They know they're breaking the neck to get in the box, but the service coming in, that they can go and attack.
As we mentioned, unchanged both teams. Scotland got in goal, Hendry, Hanley and McKenna, Ralston and Robertson the wing-backs, Gilmore and McGregor the two in midfield, McGinn and McTominay in support of Adams up front. And for Hungary, their goalkeeper is Galashi, with Bodka, Orban, who had one great chance in the first half, and Dardai the centre-halves. Boller right wing-back, the left wing-back is Kirkes, Styles and Schaefer in midfield, and Szoboszlai and Szolói in support of Varga up front. The dangerous Barnabas Varga, 7 goals in his last 10 starts, and the only goal that Hungary have scored at this tournament so far. That came on match day 1. High ball downfield for Hungary, header away by Grant Hanley. Styles with a little touch, square to Schaefer, back towards the near side, the right now, little ball by Boller up the right hand side. Hungary must win tonight, or they are definitely out tonight. Scotland know that 2 points third place as it stands with a -4 goal difference, surely not going to be enough to get them through as one of the best third place sides. But if they get the win and 4 points, the picture changes very considerably. Now then, throw to Hungary on the near side, their right, and it'll be taken by Bodka. Dangerous position this, about 5 yards from the corner flag, hoisted into the near post, up go the heads, it's hooked away by Andy Robertson. Big crowd of Hungary supporters behind the goal in black and red, and lots of banners and flags there too. It's another Hungary throw on the near side of the field, and again Bodka will take it. Both teams look very fearful of mistakes. 2.5 minutes into the second half and it's 0-0. High ball into the penalty area again, headed behind by Grant Hanley, and Hungary have a corner. It is a nervy start to the second half for the Scots, Chris.
Yeah, I think Callum McGregor and Scott McKenna done the job there. The ball was bouncing loosely. Andy Robertson had so much time, but a little bit frantic, just put the foot through it and get put out for another Hungarian throw-in.
Hungary dangerous from set plays. This is where they can really threaten. In by Szoboszlai, headed away from the middle of the penalty area by Grant Hanley again. Surely best player on the field from a Scotland perspective so far. They've really struggled to get that front three of McGinn, McTominay and Adams into the game. You wonder how long it will be before Steve Clarke thinks of the likes of Lawrence Shankland, Ryan Christie, maybe even somebody like James Forrest back at a major tournament as well.
Well, it's important, isn't it? I think he has that option looking at the bench. When does he make it? Probably 20 minutes to go, but you look at Hungary at the minute, they're looking to gamble a little bit more players in those attacking areas.
They're on the front foot, Hungary, with Boller, corner of the penalty area. Dink ball hard to Szoboszlai, is flicked it into the penalty box. It's brought down by Szolói on the turn, and there was nothing behind the shot. Left-footed and just bounced very tamely into the gloves of Angus Gunn. It's Scotland 0, Hungary 0 live on TalkSport. In the other game in Group A, Switzerland lead Germany by a goal to 0. So the Swiss are going to win the group. Germany already through, will finish second. Definitely no way Scotland finish second with it like this, and it would take a massive goal swing with them and the Swiss anyway. It's not going to happen. Scotland's best hope is third. That's where they are at the moment, but only on 2 points, and Hungary going out with just a single point from their 3 games.
Just that Szolói opportunity, that is an opportunity on his left hand side there. He's connected with it well. Ralston, good defensive block, took the power off the shot, easy one for Angus Gunn to come out and collect after that.
TalkSport 2 has commentary of Switzerland against Germany live right now. Make sure you download the app and you can be across everything. The ball bounces around midway inside the Hungary half. Billy Gilmore with a bobbly pass back to the halfway line, and Hanley, he'll drive the ball up towards the right of centre, only half away by Dardai. McTominay has beaten two defenders to it, and then there was a foul by McTominay on the latter of the two defenders. Dardai on a yellow card for Scott McTominay. Now I believe that would mean he would miss the round of 16 if Scotland do get through, because it's his second booking of the tournament so far. Caught Dardai, referee gives McTominay a yellow card.
Yeah, he's made connection with him, he's shown studs there. Dardai's made the most of it. I think he's conned the referee a little bit there, but he was up to speed. There's a free kick to Hungary.
Scotland can't think about the round of 16 at all just yet. They've got a lot of work to do to even get there, and even if they win and get 4 points, it can't be mathematically confirmed tonight. But as I say, Scott McTominay would miss the round of 16 if Scotland get there, and that, to say the very least, is a massive blow for Steve Clarke. 51 gone, Scotland 0, Hungary 0. But as I say, Chris Iwelumo, even if it would be a big blow, the Scots are nowhere near it yet, nowhere near the knockouts.
I have to agree. I think not even being as dominant with the ball in this second half. Always trying to play safe, and that's true. You just want to take that risk in that middle third, attacking third. Here's the space, it's down both flanks, but I don't see anyone taking that pass on. It's all safe, nice short passing, always going back. They need to be braver in possession.
Missed out on second spot in Euro 92. Missed out on goals scored at Euro 96. 1 point in the group. Finished bottom at Euro 2020, the Scots. 0-0 here against Hungary. The ball is with McGinn on the halfway line. The Scots playing from right to left towards that Scotland end. A little bit more subdued tonight, the Scotland fans. Understandably so. The nerves have gripped everybody, it feels like. As the ball goes out of play for a Scotland throw right in front of Steve Clarke and the Scotland dugout. Just a steep drop down below us in the commentary position. We're right behind it. 2 balls on the pitch. Referee's gone across with, again, that sort of pedantic air to point at Robertson, who knew nothing about the fact there were 2 balls on the pitch. Throw in field by Robertson to Gilmore, through the legs of the defender, and the good dummy by McTominay. Gilmore on the left, crosses, chested away by Billy Orban before it could reach Shea Adams. The ball is up on the halfway line. Grant Hanley's got it back for Scotland. No foul on target from McKenna. Not going to ground at every opportunity, some of these hungry players. Chris Iwelumo.
It was strong play from McKenna, I don't mind that at all, but like say Varga, he's had a couple of opportunities in making the most of it, trying to con the referee, but good strong play there from McKenna.
Switzerland 1, Germany 0 it remains elsewhere in Group A on TalkSport 2. That game is irrelevant to Scotland with the score like that. Here's Adams, halfway line, centre circle, threads the ball wide left to Robertson. Robertson gets the ball tangled underneath his feet. He's given it straight to Szoboszlai. Been one of those nights in an attacking sense for Scotland. Robertson though has won it back off his club teammate. Threads the ball up the left to Shea Adams, attacking the edge of the penalty area. Adams right-footed, sails over the top. It's Scotland's first meaningful effort, but no closer to trubbing Peter Galassi. 0-0.
Well, excellent from Andy Robertson there. Loses the ball, goes and wins it back, then nullifies a few of the Hungarian players down that right hand side. Then the overlap with Shea Adams, it creates that space as well. I think he can do better. Manipulates the ball into his right hand side, probably 24 yards from goal. Yeah, it's bobbling as he struck it. It was always rising, but it is an opportunity.
That's got the Scots fans on their feet again. Here in their tens of thousands once more. Header on the halfway line by Hendry downfield. Little bounce into the path of Adams. Now then, was that a foul by Schaefer? Referee had a look at it, thought not. And Schaefer, I think the Scotland fans thought it was over the back of Adams. Maybe Adams was looking for it.
Yeah, he was. He's got to be stronger there. That's when you've got to get your body in between ball and man, and then just Schaefer's on the wrong side of you. You're going towards the Hungarian goal. Just get control of the ball and take that opportunity there.
We haven't yet got 10 minutes into the second half, but the longer the game goes on, there will be an increasing sense of desperation for both sides, really in equal measure. Maybe Hungary in particular, because they've got to win to stand any chance. High ball downfield towards McTominay. It's going to bounce over his head. Orban at his back, and it's gathered by Galassi. First step for Scotland, try and test the goalkeeper. He's had an easy night so far.
Yeah, he has. I think there's Shea Adams, that was the best opportunity. They'll be disappointed. The ball was bobbling a little bit there, but a little bit more intent in Scotland's play.
Really bullied his way up the near side. The left did Scott McKenna, about 10 yards from the corner of the penalty area, but accidentally rolled the ball out of play for a throw. And Scotland substitutes warming up down below us in their numbers now. Chris.
In fairness to Scott McKenna, he is trying to get forward every opportunity, exactly like what Kieran Tierney would usually do. I thought Scott McKenna would be a little bit more kind of conservative, just sitting in there trying to defend, but he has been a threat down this left-hand side.
Robertson in a foot race with Szoboszlai, the two captains on the halfway line. Szoboszlai wins out there, gets the return ball square from Schaefer. Oh, and a poor ball by Styles, a nervy pass bobbling back towards Botka, and in the end Hungary with Orban having to play a hurried clearance, charged down by the side tackle of Adams. Now then, Scotland fans down below us on their feet. Little moments like that can get the crowd going, might get some belief into the Scotland players. Galashi's clearance is poor. Scotland have got it now with Adams. His touch is heavy. Another half attack breaks down. Half-hearted. Here comes Szoboszlai. Racing up the middle on Chadish. Here's Szoboszlai. 30 yards out. He's ball out to the left. Missed by Ralston. Opportunity for the shot. Deflected behind. Ralston did well to get back. Referee says corner. Shaloi and Hungary want handball. Corner says the referee.
Well, I'm looking at Antti Ralston's face here on the monitor after that. They can't do nothing. Jack Henry as well. Great block. Just got to say a little bit too easy there. I think Scott McTominay, rather than setting to Andy Robertson, can he go inside and try and find Che Adams? It was a poor ball to Andy Robertson, who was under pressure, but then it just shows you the quality of Hungary, the way that they broke bodies bombing forward, but could have been dealt better with the Scotland's defence.
Szoboszlai will take the corner. Scotland 0, Hungary 0. Defeat for Scotland and they're out. A draw just about keeps them in contention, but unlikely to see them through. Only a win realistically does that. Whipped in by Szoboszlai near post, headed away by McTominay towards the edge of the penalty area, nodded back into the Scotland box. Good call. Gunn comes up towards McKenna, told him you don't have to head it, and it's dropped behind for a goal kick.
Well, it's excellent goalkeeping from Angus Gunn there, communicating, seeing that McKenna had time, expresses that, and fair play to the big man as well, just moves himself out the way and allows Gunn to collect.
Do you expect it to open up, Chris? 57 minutes gone at the moment. When we get to that 70-minute mark, are we going to see both sides think they have to go for it, have to go for the win?
Well, I'm just looking down now and I think it's Ryan Christie that's doing a little bit more in his warm-up, but yeah, I think that, yes, stay very much in the game after the hour, have a look at it then, and then see where you are 70 minutes in.
Halfway line is Ralston for Scotland. Much tidier game from Ralston so far tonight. Gilmore back to goal, 10 yards into the Hungary half. Now square ball rolled to his left by McGregor. And now Robertson on halfway. Robertson-Gilmore pops it back to McKenna. A slight increase in the intensity from a Scotland perspective, but again, most of the possession in and around the halfway line in areas where they can't really hurt this Hungary back line that has been vulnerable across the tournament, no question about that.
Yeah, Joe, it's an excellent ball from Andy Robertson into Billy Gilmore, who had advanced, but he goes back to Grant Hanley.
Oh, John McGinn's on the surge though, down the right, he's beyond Dardai, he's in the penalty area, back towards McTominay, cut out by Orban, he stabs it away, he skipped beyond 3 white shirts there to John McGinn. Scotland's man on a mission, and Scotland's mission to reach the knockout stages of a major tournament for the first time. They've got to throw about 6-7 yards from the corner flag. 0-0.
Yeah, excellent from John McGinn. You know, that energy down that right hand side, cuts across his man. Now he's free, he's got on the wrong side of his defender. I think he can take another touch there, commit the defender that's facing him, and then find Scott McTominay.
The Road Talk Sports. The ball is on the edge of the Hungary penalty area. Surely a foul by Hendry. On Hendry rather. Corner of the box. It was a high boot by the Hungary defender. Referee shook his head. Sliced up into the air by Dardai. A nervy clearance high up into the air. It'll drop down beneath the floodlights, and now it's retrieved by Shaloi. Back to Styles. Callum Styles of Hungary. Hoists the ball downfield and bounces in front of Angus Gunn, who's a long way outside his penalty area. Clearance is okay. Flipped downfield by Ralston. Header away. Downfield by Kirkes for Hungary. And then up goes the offside flag against Hungary. And Varga. We talk about the lack of Scotland threat on the Hungary goal. At the other end, it's been exactly the same. Hungary are heading out as it stands. Scotland third on 2 points, and they'd have a very nervous wait, and would be hoping for really a freakish set of results to try and keep them in the competition. Germany will finish second. They're still behind to Switzerland in Frankfurt, live on TalkSport 2. So the Swiss would win the group with 7 points, one above Germany the hosts. We've nearly reached the hour mark, and a night just filled with nervous tension so far. Walking pace Hanley halfway, drives the ball up the middle, headed away, only as far as McTominay. Good close control by McTominay. Can he spin the ball into the path of Adams Square? Adams touch, and it's given away by Szoboszlai. Even the top Hungary players are making nerve-induced mistakes now. Back to goal is McGinn, the Scotland number 7. Wide to the right now Ralston. Ralston's cross is not bad, but maybe a little too close to Galashi, who gathers an hour gone, 0-0. Shabana Hearn, our Scotland reporter, behind the goal, in front of the Tartan Army. That's the goal that Scotland are attacking in the second half, and the fans are trying to suck the ball into the net, Shaban.
They are indeed. Listen, it is nervy down this end of the pitch. We'll be coming down the road. The Tartan Army are singing behind me. If they can just get that one clear chance, it might happen for Scotland. And if it does, this place will erupt. Well, Steve Clark, gamble.
We will see. Hungary are going to take the first gamble in terms of the substitutes. The former Bristol City midfielder, number 8 Adam Noy, is going to replace Styles. That was a big gamble for Hungary to select Styles ahead of Adam Noy, because Noy has got so much more experience, and Styles on a yellow card pretty ineffective. Noy with the white boots on comes onto the field. So it's Hungary in terms of the substitutes who blink first. They're heading out.
Yeah, they are. I think Styles, he has had an influence in the first half, but been non-existent this second half. And the yellow card plays a massive part as well. They need to keep everyone on the pitch, but Noy comes on. Similar player, box to box, very good technically. Can he influence it?
Feels like the opportunity is there for the Scots. They will have regrets if they don't at least really work the Hungary defence and goalkeeper between now and the end of the game. Ball up the middle towards Adams. This flick, a careless one. Steered upfield by Kirkers on the cover for Hungary. Scotland have got possession back. I feel as though, Chris, the belief is waning from Hungary here. So can Scotland seize the initiative?
Yeah, they have to. Like moments like that, it's a great little forward ball from Jack Henry. Che Adams tries a little back heel flick. That's when it's got to stick. That's when he's got to allow Scotland to get up the pitch and support him there. Well, that's what he's in the team to do.
Flower of Scotland rings around the Stuttgart Arena. Adams in the centre circle, out to his immediate right, and Hendricks. Scotland really need a goal. It's square to Gilmour. Gilmour forward now to McGinn. He's 5 yards from the corner of the penalty area. Ralston is now on the underlap. McGinn plays the ball backwards under pressure from the retreating Dardai, who's chased McGinn out to the Scotland right again. Dardai's tackle is a fair one, got to the ball. Scotland throw just inside the Hungary half. A goal, any sort of goal, and any sort of winning up for Scotland potentially. Adams in the penalty area, blocked off by Orban. Oh, the flag was up, far side. Scotland thought they had a corner. That checkered flag up on the far side, free kick Hungary.
This has got to be a tight one here. I'm looking at Adams, he's got in the wrong. Yeah, it's spot on. It's a great ball forward as well from McKenna. That's what you want.
Is it going to be one chance, one goal tonight? Former number 9.
I'll take it. He's had a couple of opportunities. The ball's sticking, but I don't want to see this one-touch flicks from him. He's got to allow Scotland to get up the pitch.
Header away by McKenna from midway inside his own half. It's dropped down to Dominic Szoboszlai, the captain. Square ball to Nye, the number 8 for Hungary. Out to the left and Kirkers. Kirkers with the deflected cross, loops behind. That'll be a Hungary corner. That must have caught Ralston in the face. He's gone to ground. He's holding his face. Now then, are Scotland going to need the physios on? No, Ralston trudges up to his feet. Hungary corner. Hungary have to go for it. A Hungary goal will put Scotland bottom. And if Scotland were to lose, they'd definitely be going home tonight. That's how tight this is. A goal at either end will produce such contrasting emotions. Corner to be delivered by Szoboszlai. Hoisted high to the back post. Boller is unmarked. He's had time and space to bring it down and dink it in! And the header loops over the top of the bar from Dardai. Warning for Scotland, but it's still 0-0.
Yeah, it is a warning. You're looking at the ball come down to that back area there. Has to be anticipated that Boller's got too much time to just get his head up and pick whoever he wants out, and then the contact when it comes back into the box. It's Dardai, far too much time and space.
Euro Game Day live on TalkSport, presented by Carling, the UK's number 1 lager, 18+. Please drink responsibly. We'll be in Group B tomorrow for the finale. live on TalkSport. Croatia against Italy and Albania against Spain on TalkSport 2. Tuesday night, the finish for Group D and C involving England. Opportunity for Hungary. Ball's pulled back to Szoboszlai. Edge of the area. Good control. Andy Robertson nips across to whip it off his toes. Crucial intervention by Robertson. And now Gilmour carries the ball out to the left back spot. England against Slovenia, Tuesday night at 8, live on TalkSport, by the way. England's final game of the group stages. The Euro Sports Bar coming once we're done here in Stuttgart. 03717 223344. Is it going to be one of those nights again for Scotland at major tournaments, or are we going to see something different, something special? And are Scotland going to go somewhere they've never been before? The knockout stages of a major tournament. Scott McTominay up into the Hungary half. He's beyond Nye. He's up to the edge of the area. He's run 20 yards, but then Orban comes across. Scampers across to whip it away. Sholoi, couple of step overs as he guides over halfway for Hungary. Surely Steve Clarke is thinking about changes now. 65 minutes in, 0-0. Schaefer for Hungary. 35 yards out left of centre. Szoboszlai. Scotland have got plenty back behind the ball. Hasn't felt like a winner-takes-all match this at all in terms of the chances. Bollers, right foot delivery off the back of Robertson. Hungry throw.
Yeah, excellent from Andy Robertson, just stopping that cross from coming into the box here. But yeah, you can see that Nye's come on and he's making an influence. Schaefer's getting a lot more of the ball as well, finding no spaces in behind that attacking three of Scotland.
Still Switzerland lead Germany by 1-0. So the Swiss are going to top the group, the Germans are going to finish second. That game live on TalkSport 2 right now, but for Scotland fans it means nothing, basically, the way that game is, and indeed the way that it is here. Scotland's hopes of finishing second are always so slender. But Chris Owelamo, are we going to see a couple of changes maybe? Is that Lawrence Shankland getting ready?
Yeah, it is, yeah. Steve Clarke's went out. I think he brought two players in, so looks like there's going to be a change.
Maybe a double Scotland change coming up here as we head into the final quarter of the game. In terms of entertainment for the neutral, probably been one of the lowest quality games in the tournament. Scooped into the area towards Sholoi for Hungary. Out came Angus Gunn, a bouncing ball. He punched it away, one-handed, out towards the near side, and that will be a Hungary throw, level with the edge of the 18-yard box. A fleeting moment of danger for the Scotland back line there. Rarely threatened by Hungary tonight. Szoboszlai driving infield towards the corner of the box away from Gilmour. He's threaded a square pass to Sholoi. Sholoi has got Kirkes on his left. Sholoi dallied in possession, but then there was a clumsy foul by Hanley stepping out of defence, and a free kick to Hungary in a dangerous area. And no wonder Scotland are keen to make the changes. Is that Stuart Armstrong who we're going to see get a first appearance of the tournament for the Scots?
Yeah, you know, that's two good players coming on. Armstrong with that energy, technical ability and defensive knowledge as well, but Shankland's going to get a run out as well, so it's just about staying in the game, keep doing what they're doing, but fresh legs coming on.
Szoboszlai's free kick. Scotland dare not concede here. Whipped into the area, out comes the goalkeeper, didn't get there, and the ball has gone away and out of play for a throw. Gunn and Ralston have collided inside the penalty area, and here come the physios, called on, and there's a Hungary player down as well, lying on his back inside the box, and they've rolled him onto his side into the recovery position. Some of those Hungary players. A clash between three. I think it's Varga who's gone down in the 6-yard box. Ralston and Gunn on their backs too. The game has been stopped and both teams have got the physios on, and they're calling for more help for as I say, it looks like Varga, and now lots of medical personnel are racing onto the field in their bright red and lime green jackets. They've got blankets to cover Barnabas Varga. It was a high free kick into the penalty area, and they are shielding Varga from view now in the 6-yard box, and it does look like this could be a serious injury, I'm sad to say.
Yeah, well, you look at the players when they're sprinting to the medical staff coming on and trying to urgently kind of usher them a little bit quicker to Varga there, so yeah, you can see by the players' reaction.
Lying flat on his back, or at least he was a moment ago. Varga, we can't see if he's sitting up at the moment because the medical personnel with the lime green jackets are holding big brown blankets to give the medical staff a little bit of privacy, and Varga likewise, of course, as he lies on the ground, and we just hope this isn't too serious an injury. Gunn, the goalkeeper's on his feet, and Ralston sitting up now. and VAR is checking for a potential penalty kick, but that doesn't seem to match at the moment. The Hungary players are desperate for the stretcher to be brought to Barnabas Varga, who is lying out of our view, and quite rightly the television cameras aren't showing us any sort of pictures as to what's going on, and even if they wanted to, they wouldn't be able to see anything anyway, because Varga is being shielded in protective fashion by his teammates and by the medical staff holding up the brown blankets, still being treated in the 6-yard box. Meanwhile, VAR is checking for a potential penalty, and you see what could be a serious injury. Many thoughts of football just go out the window entirely, really. It seems almost inappropriate that VAR and potential penalty check is coming up on the screens at either end of the stadium. The game has been stopped for a good 2 or 3 minutes now. Ralston and Gunn are both up on their feet. Some of the Hungary players now walking away from the incident where Varga is being treated, so hopefully it's not as serious as it initially looked.
Well, I've just looked on the monitor that had a replay of the ball coming in. I think it's John McGinn's had a little tug of the player and he goes to ground. Now, it's a very soft one, I think it's hand to hand, but I don't know, obviously they go right back to the start of the process as soon as the ball comes in for the penalty check. I thought it was something to do with Angus Gunn, but he came out and he connected with the ball. We'll need to see that one again, but it does look like there's a little pull on from John McGinn.
Well, still, as far as we know, that VAR check for a possible penalty for Hungary continuing. Live on TalkSport with the score, still Scotland 0, Hungary 0, in a game of extremely few chances across the course of the 70 minutes or so that we've seen here. But still, Hungary have their player Barnabas Varga being treated. The medical physios initially ran on very quickly, then they called on the extra personnel. I think there were 6, 7, 8 in different coloured jackets, red and lime green, who were standing around the edge of a protective cordon, big long brown blankets that are being held up to shield Barnabas Varga, who we initially saw lying on his back inside the 6-yard box, and the game has been stopped for some minutes now, and there's a stretcher, a different stretcher, now being wheeled alongside the near side touchline. It's not on the pitch just yet. Most of the Hungary players are away from where treatment is happening. Some of them have come across to the near side to speak to the head coach Marco Rossi and other staff, and many of them are now gathered in and around where this wheeled stretcher is still not being brought onto the pitch, and some of the Hungary players are very unhappy about that. They feel that it should be brought onto the pitch much more quickly than it is being done, and Szoboszlai is trying to drag the stretcher onto the field, and finally the medical personnel do come on with that stretcher that's on wheels, and all of our best wishes are with the Hungary player Barnabas Varga. It all came from a Scotland free kick, floated into the box. 3 players went down, 2 from Scotland, Gunn and Ralston, who are now on their feet. Varga clearly suffered a much more serious collision, and Varga is now being stretchered away, and they're trying to hold up those brown blankets to cover and protect Barnabas Varga, and everybody in the stadium on their feet here at a very serious moment in the game and a serious moment in the tournament. Football irrelevant when you see a potentially serious injury like this. Varga stretchered off away to the right hand side. There's an opening in one corner of the stadium, and Varga will be stretchered away, and it goes without saying that we wish him all the very best. A delay of several minutes here to play in Stuttgart. The score, Scotland 0, Hungary 0. The big screens are still saying VAR, potential penalty check after that incident, but it doesn't look like anything's going to come of that. The check is over, and whistles from the Hungary supporters away to our right. The subs are screaming at the 4th official, raging one of the substitutes for Hungary at the 4th official and the assistant referee on the near side of the field. Meanwhile, Hungary are going to make a double substitution. One of the players going off on the near side is Dardai, straight strop for centre half Attila Soloy, and then the other change Varga, and as I say, we wish him all the best, replaced by number 9 Martin Adam. The drink has now been hurled towards the near side touchline, and there's a yellow card for one of the Hungary substitutes. We can't see who it is because his number's obscured, and he's kicking something in the dugout. Scotland have got the ball. Check is over. No penalty. Officially we've had 74 minutes. Scotland 0, Hungary 0, and Barnabas Varga goes off with all of our best wishes, Chris O'Welliman.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want to see it. You know, I think the support, you can see the effect it had on the Hungarian squad, manager included. But just best wishes to Varga.
The game is back underway, and the ball is dropping down into the Hungary half. There'll be a lot of added time at the end of the game, and Scotland are going to bring on Lawrence Shankland and Stuart Armstrong. Switzerland 1, Germany 0. The latest score from Frankfurt elsewhere in Group A. Swiss will top the group, Germany second, Scotland third at the moment, Hungary going out. But Scotland's hopes are hanging by a thread on a night where they really need to win, and it's 0-0. Here come Hungary with Boller. He's poked it to his left. Kirkes, corner of the penalty area, delivers left-footed. Adam brings it down, back post, back to Szoboszlai. Lovely touch, Szoboszlai. Adam against him, dinks it in, headed away by Hendry. And now he's spotted a push the referee. Scotland free kick. 15 minutes plus stoppage time to go. It'll be some of the most nerve-shredding football that Scotland fans have ever witnessed. Here come Shankland and Armstrong. Chris O'Welliman alongside me.
Great quality from Szoboszlai. A little tic-tac through the Scottish defenders there. Then had the quality to have a little dink. Jack Henderson with danger, got across there, blatantly 2 hands on his back there. Referee was well positioned.
Scotland's last, or one of their last throws of the proverbial dice here, you feel. Armstrong and Shankland have come on, and McGinn, who again has failed to get into the game, and Adams are the two who've gone off. You have to say neither can really have too many complaints about that. Armstrong playing out on the left-hand side, McTominay to the right of Shankland. Scott McKenna could be in trouble here, as the ball is won by Szoboszlai, but his layoff is a poor one infield. Andy Robertson surges upfield. Scotland really need a victory. They're only on 2 points at the moment. They really need 2 points more to have any chance of making it into the knockouts. Scott McTominay towards Billy Gilmore in the box. In the way is Billy Orban. Scotland corner in front of the Tartan Army.
Yeah, much better there. Playing through the thirds here. Andy Robertson to Billy Gilmore to Scott McTominay, and then you know what, 3-4 Scotland shots in the box there. Scott McTominay's just trying to find that run of Billy Gilmore. I like him to lift it, try and find Shankland. You just come on, you know, can he go and get that first contact with the head.
For first corner of the game for Scotland, 77 minutes in and 0-0. Stuart Armstrong right-footed into the near post. Poor delivery, sorry, McTominay it was. Cleared by the first man, Szoboszlai. Oh, and Billy Gilmore is giving it away. Straight to Sholoy. And here is Soloy, the defender. Back towards Sholoy on the edge of the penalty area, but it's all the way through to goalkeeper Gunn. Here comes Scotland. 12 and a half minutes away, Scotland plus added time from being on the very verge of elimination. Hungary would definitely go out as it stands. So for Hungary it's even more desperate, though. Scotland no. Scotland no, realistically only a win will do. It will take all sorts of mathematics and luck if they only come away with 2 points. McGregor, 10 yards shy of halfway. It's gone backwards to Hendry. Hendry now. Scotland yet to carve out that one clear-cut chance. Scott McTominay is darting up the middle though. He's got Stuart Armstrong ahead of him. It'll come through to Armstrong. He's gone down. The referee says no penalty. How? Armstrong went down. The Scotland fans expected the referee to point to the spot. He didn't, and Steve Clarke and Scotland cannot believe it.
Well, it's got to be looked at. I've got to say it's an excellent run, an excellent ball from Scott McTominay there. I've got to say I thought Orban made contact. Armstrong got round the wrong side. It was definitely contact.
Was he fouled by Orban? No, said the referee. And of course VAR will have had a look at it, but nothing doing. So 0-0 it remains. Boos from the Scotland end to our left. Szoboszlai calmly rolls the ball back to the halfway line for Hungary, who are running out of time. Boller infield. And now on the halfway line is Adam Noy. Noy And he finds Sholoi trying to inject something into this Hungary team, but Hungary have been predictable and pedestrian and lacking in belief, you have to say. As Bullock thinks he's won a throw in the right wing position, he hasn't. It's gone Scotland's way. And Scotland, arms outstretched, look to the referee again. We're seeing it on our monitor. Was it a penalty? Chris Iwelumo, Orban on Stuart Armstrong.
Well, I don't understand what Stuart Armstrong's doing there. He's got the wrong side and he's trying to kind of just get himself in front and waiting for the contact. I don't think that's a penalty kick. I think Stuart Armstrong, he's done everything right. He's got the right side. He's just got to get control of the ball and get the shot away. Make Orban make that challenge.
Looked like handball by the defender Attila Sholoi just inside his own half. Nothing given. Now Adam for Hungary with his back to goal, the number 9, the burly number 9. It's cleared away by Anthony Ralston. Hurried clearance out of play for a throw into the last 10 minutes of normal time on TalkSport. Switzerland lead Germany on TalkSport 2. But Scotland are no longer interested in that game now. It realistically all hangs on whether they can get a late winner. Sliding in is Gilmour to knock the ball out of play. It's a throw to Hungary midway inside Scotland territory. Hungary, who must win to stand any chance, finally seem to have found some sort of urgency. Kirkes, left wing crosses, headed away by Andy Robertson. Lawrence Shankland knocks it down. Can't find McTominay. Hungary have it back. Heavy touch by Kirkes, but he's still found Sholoi, edge of the penalty area. Good tackle coming in from McGregor. Tees back in field to Willi Orban, who's forward now. They're all forward for Hungary here. Crossing into the penalty area. Here's Angus Gunn. Takes it high above his head inside the 6-yard box. Quick throw out to Andy Robertson. They've got to start committing more forward here, surely Scotland. Yes, I know Chris Iwelumo risks losing the game and going out tonight, but we know they need a win realistically.
No, definitely. I think Stuart Armstrong's come on with a real impact, stretching the pitch a little bit, asking that question in behind. Just needs to be better quality. I've got to say Hungary in both flanks are getting too much opportunity. Standing off them, allowing those crosses to come in, that needs to be nullified.
03717 22244 for the Euro Sports Bar Weekender. Once we're done here in Stuttgart, as Galashi clashes the ball long, an easy header away by Scott McKenna. Botka nods it back to Orban. Orban to Botka, right back position for Hungary, dinks it up to the halfway line. Adam turns it infield. Hanley couldn't win it back for Scotland. Adam's ball to Szoboszlai, ricochets through to Angus Gunn. Shaban Ahern behind the goal where the Scotland fans are located. Wow, what an atmosphere, Shaban, and how tense is it behind the goal?
Oh, so tense, and actually some very unhappy members of the Tartan Army here, because from our view, bearing in mind we've not got monitors, that looked like it should have been a penalty after that foul on the box on Stuart Armstrong.
Thank you, Shaban. Scotland have the ball in the attacking third with Gilmour. He's only 30 yards out. He's fitted it through towards Shankland, back across, and the goalkeeper spilled it. It'll be cleared away. The flag was up on the far side anyway. Scotland are going to bring on 2 more subs. Ryan Christian, Kenny McLean in just a moment. 0-0, 8 minutes to go. At the moment, Scotland stand on the very verge of elimination. They wouldn't mathematically be out, but they need an absolute miracle. They need favours from all sorts of teams to stand a chance of going through to the knockouts in 3rd place. Gilmour races off, and here comes McLean. And what's the other change? Ralston replaced by Christie. And here's Chris Iwelumo.
Yeah, again, 2 offensive changes. Really kind of gambling at the minute. Hungary at the minute are throwing players forward. Scotland are getting into that attacking third, and it's manipulating the ball, using the ball well. But that chance, I'm looking at that as well. It was very, very tight. Shankland for me wasn't offside. It was right on the line. But that's the gambles you have to take.
Scotland are going to throw everything at it now. It might be the final 7 minutes plus added time of their Euro 2024 campaign. Is it going to be another nearly but not quite for Scotland? The ball is bouncing around just shy of the halfway line, and it's shot for Andy Robertson. The captain surges forward. That's a great ball up the middle, but Peter Galashi is off his line to claim before it could reach Scott McTominay. And now driven downfield by Botka for Hungary. Adam holds it up on the halfway line. A draw, certainly not good enough for Hungary, and in all probability not good enough for Scotland either. So Boslai's got it out to the right wing position, and Buller almost at walking pace here, Hungary, but Buller's got a chance to lift in the cross, got to be headed away, up into the air by Hendry, and it's gathered by Angus Gunn. He bowls it out to Stuart Armstrong. One chance what they need, Chris Wellamo.
No, exactly that. No, I think playing the two up front now, I think he can go a little bit more direct to Scott McTominay. He's winning all his aerial duels, just a little bit more quality. Taking a gamble now, look at Ken McLean.
He's scampered infield to find Ryan Christie in the centre circle. McTominay is in the middle, but Christie has run into traffic. He's been blocked off by Buller. Another couple of changes on the way for Hungary. For the first time, the game is becoming stretched here. The ball is out on the Scotland right. Hungary have possession. Sholoi is getting forward here at good pace. He's got through in the middle. Couple of step overs. Sholoi whips in the cross to the back post. Good header away by Andy Robertson before it reached Buller. Remember, a Hungary goal would send Scotland out of the tournament. As Buller delivers high, headed away. Brave header by Hanley. He was caught. Referee's going to stop the game again. 5 minutes plus a lot added to come. 0-0 on Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport, presented by Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction. Get your favourites delivered now.
He's been outstanding, Hanley, hasn't he? Had to make sure that he made the contact. He was up, and I've got to say, I think Shanklin was away as well. The referee could have possibly played advantage. It was 3v3.
So two Hungary changes here. Kerkez is the first player going off, and Zolt Noy, the red and white boots on, is going to come on, and he's going to race towards the far side. And the other change for Hungary is Buller is being sacrificed for an even more attacking player in Kevin Chobot. So that's two changes for Hungary, with time really running out, certainly on their campaign for them. Scotland, it'll be a massively disappointing result. They'd absolutely be clinging on by their very fingernails, and 2 points in -4 goal difference. They can hope, but it's not realistically, Chris Wellamo, going to get you into the position where you're one of the 4 best placed third place sides and you can reach the knockouts that way.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I just expect now, listen to the fans, trying to give the players that little bit more. Can they go a little bit more direct now, pick up second balls in the right areas, but it's just about taking that chance, that one big chance that they need to try and create, making sure they're clinical when it's there.
They are leaving it very late. 86.5 minutes. Grant Hanley back on his feet, having been treated after that clash of heads. He's going to have to go off here. Hanley temporarily, just temporarily. He'll be able to come back on in just a second. Chris looks up nervously there. What's the setup for Scotland now, Chris?
I think just go a little bit more direct, with Pollock. Yeah, they brought on the likes of Ryan Christie. He can stretch the pitch. Kenny McLean can get up there as well, try and pick up second balls, but I think Scott McTominay, Shanklin, can they win their aerial duels and do exactly this?
Drilling ball downfield by the goalkeeper Gunn. It'll bounce in the left wing position. Stuart Armstrong is waiting. He's turned it infield towards Shanklin. Hungary have only got it half away, but then the loose ball is snaffled up by Chobot, the substitute, and Hungary clear upfield. Not the result that either team would want. As Gunn looks long, high towards McTominay again, headed away by Willi Orban. Now it's with Szoboszlai for Hungary. Schaefer over the top. Chobot will chase, but it's much too long by Schaefer. Hungary have been really poor tonight. And if they're going to go out, you have to say on the balance of performances, they'll very much deserve it. They're about to go out, and Scotland are about to be on the brink. Here's one more change for Scotland. Andy Robertson is leaving the field now, and Lewis Morgan. What a story this is. Lewis Morgan, who had a late call-up into the squad before the tournament, only had a 20 to 25% chance of returning to normal levels after surgery last year. This is just his second cap since 2018 and only his fourth for Scotland, and he has gone up the middle.
Yeah, what a story this is. I think lively player, good technically as well. But it's on Armstrong, can he win his aerial duels? Shanklin, be a physical. Oh, well done.
Shanklin's kept it in. Plenty forward for Scotland. Left wing position, sliding in his blocker. Immediately the excitement goes away for Scotland. It's cleared away, and that's a foul by McKenna on Adam. Midway inside the Hungary half. Has Scotland acted quickly enough? Have they left it too late? It looks like that might be the case. Attila Soloi for Hungary has driven the ball downfield, and it's brought down by the substitute Zoltnai. His bouncing ball into the penalty area, nowhere near the number 9 Martin Adam. Scotland have got it back again. Desperation times now in the last minute of normal time, with it Scotland 0, Hungary 0. The Scots will be on 2 points and a -4 goal difference. That is unlikely to be enough for them to reach the knockouts, barring a mathematical semi-miracle. Here now is Botka for Hungary. Both teams look desperate. Szoboszlai in front of the Hungary dugout. Infield goes the pass to Schaefer. Schaefer racing up the middle into the penalty area. Shoots! Pushed away by Gunn to his left-hand side.
It's excellent from Schaefer. Driving forward. McKenna's got to go. Manipulates his ball onto the right-hand side, taking it into the box, and excellent. Angus Gunn has to get the receive in there. It's just sneaking into the near post.
Szoboszlai to take the corner. Right-footed, out-swinging, headed away. It'll drop to Schaefer. Hits it left-footed, miscues it wide. Right then, added time, 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Here we go. 10 minutes for the Scots to get the goal they crave, and that you crave, Chris Iwanova.
Yeah, I'm just watching Steve Clark there straight away. He's coming in, turn the post to calm, try and be patient with it. I think that's it. You've got to go direct now.
10 minutes. Lewis Morgan chasing a flick on into the penalty area. It's shepherded back to goalkeeper Gulashi. Simple save really, that flick on a few moments ago. Oh, and Hungary have got Manova on the left-hand side. Good tackle, Hanley on Soloi inside the centre circle. Otherwise he might have been able to play in Zoltnai. Both teams going for it. Adam for Hungary, edge of the box. Szoboszlai angled tight, he shoots! Beaten away! Szoboszlai again! Oh, he can't get the shot away. Scotland have cleared. The Hungary bench were out of their seats in the dugout, ready to celebrate. But it didn't go in. It stays 0-0. Nearly a minute of the 10 played. Hungary free kick. Against Szoboszlai. He lofts it in high. Back post, Zoltnai! It's just drifted wide. Flag is up anyway. Wow. Unbelievable drama at Euro 2024 on TalkSport, and maybe the best in the context of tonight is still to come.
Yeah, definitely. I hope so. I think Angus Gunn was comfortable there.
Dreadful ball by McLean. Out to the left and Christie. We can barely hear ourselves think now amid the deafening roar in the stadium. Gulashi clears long, it's dropped down to Soloi, who's been a threat. They've got men over on the right now, Hungary. The ball in the penalty area. Here is the chance! It's off the post! Hungary hit the post through substitute Chobot. That was their tournament on his right boot. Clear on goal, he missed it. It was Scotland's tournament on his boot as well. Had he scored, the Scots would definitely be going home tonight.
So unlucky. Chobot there, he's just struck it well. Angus Gunn was beaten there. I tell you what, wasn't far away at all.
They've given up any pretense of defending both teams, but Scotland have given it away. 0-0 the score, 2 of the 10 played. Szoboszlai races up the edge of the box. Was he fouled? No, says the referee. The Hungary fans desperate for a free kick away to our right, but it's not forthcoming. Here comes Scotland. Armstrong's carried it forward. Good ball square. McTominay blocked off by Soloi. That's a Scotland free kick inside the centre circle. They have got 7.5 minutes to realistically keep their hopes alive. The Scots 0-0.
Great quality. Scott McTominay. I knew the challenge was coming. Little flick. Soloi, I've got to say, very fortunate not to get a yellow card there. It was no attempt to get the ball whatsoever. Strong challenge on Scott McTominay, but better there from Stuart Armstrong, being aware, finding Scott McTominay central.
Basically sending everybody forward except for Gunn. Scotland at this point on their mind as well. It's a central ball inside the centre circle. Referee's pointing for it to go back. What can they do, if anything, with this ball upfield? Hanley's gone to the far side, and Christie's there as well. Lewis Morgan, there too. Oh, it's worked wide to the left-hand side. Armstrong was in space. His right-footed ball in, not a good one, headed away. Comes out to Callum McGregor to strike. Blocked away. Oh, that was goal-bound from McGregor. Scotland 0, Hungary 0. A Scotland goal changes everything. Ryan Christie to whip it in. Shankland at the back post. He can't keep it in. He tried with all his might, but he couldn't stretch. 3.5 minutes of the added 10 have been played. It is 0-0 here, and There has been a goal in the other game in Group A involving Switzerland and Germany. Jeff Peters.
It's now one apiece. Germany have equalised in the second minute of added time. The substitute Nicholas Füllkrug with a header from 6 yards. Raum with a lovely cross from the left-hand side. It's all square. Germany are going to win the group 1-1.
And Switzerland will finish second, but stay unbeaten. Scotland third with just the 2 points as it stands. Never going to be enough, you feel like, to trouble the other best at third place sides. Is it going to be an historic missed opportunity for Scotland again? Nearly halfway through the 10 added minutes. Hungary heading out. Scotland will be on the brink of it. Szoboszlai, right wing position. The ball bounces up in the air. The flick towards the edge of the Scotland box. Steered out of play by Hanley. How frustrating Chris Iwelumo tonight.
Yeah, I think he's been excellent, Grant Hanley. Won't put his head on everything, but just when it's on to play, you have to be brave enough to play.
Scotland can't get the ball upfield, but they have got a free kick inside their own half. Gone in a hurry to take it now. I think everybody feels, Chris, like I've been saying, a draw, 2 points, just not enough.
It's not enough. It's not enough. 5 minutes to go. Joe, I think it's just one of them. You've got to take the gamble now, but I think you've got to risk it all, haven't you?
Long ball forward, the flick by Shanklin down the middle, cleared away by Willi Orban. It's bouncing down, Hanley gets to it, cushions the back header to the goalkeeper. Less than 5 minutes remain. Scotland 0, Hungary 0 on TalkSport. Again, Gunn goes long, he drives the ball into the Hungary half, headed away by Botka. Hungary now have stepped up the intensity and the urgency. Chobot, who's hit the post, ball up the inside right channel, doesn't reach Szoboszlai, doesn't reach Szalai. The Hungary fans look desperately upset behind the goal to the right. Scotland fans will be feeling likewise at the moment. Angus Gunners lobbed it long high downfield, up towards Christie, headed away again. It'll drop down to Hanley on halfway. Scotland, it's almost like 4 at the back and 4 upfield. Hendry, quick ball, outside right channel. Morgan crosses, and McTominay over! The flag is up anyway. Agonising, even though it wouldn't have counted.
It was fantastic down that right hand side. Morgan, I thought he did go early. I'm looking at, yeah, there's 2 offside there. I think Shankland as well, but McTominay was the one who was onside. He's just got too much on the connection, but so much better from Morgan down that right hand side.
3.5 minutes left. That, and then Scotland facing almost certain elimination. Header away by Hendry. It's still 0-0 against Hungary. How the game has opened up in these desperate last minutes. Adam Nye for Hungary, sizes up a shot and it's gone wide. Hungary just lashing the ball goalwards at every opportunity. Hungary finishing bottom as it stands. It's finished in Frankfurt as Switzerland won, Germany won. Germany have won the group. Swiss finishing second, both into the knockout stages. We knew Germany were before the game. Gunn clears long again, flipped on by Christie. Shanklin, he's brought it down. Shanklin is 25 yards out, he's threaded it left. Here is Lewis Morgan, is this the moment? Edge of the box, Morgan's shot, blocked. And Armstrong can't play it back to him. In the way with Schaefer. Less than 3 minutes to go now. 0-0. One goal to give Scotland the possibility of salvation here. Armstrong, corner flag, he's away from the defender, it's not a bad cross, it's brought down by Christie, edge of the area, Christie spins and turns for number 11, Shanklin, edge of the box, now McTominay, it's come to Hanley, saved! Christie, rebound shoot, saved again, played across Ryan Christie, why didn't he do it? Angle impossible, saved by the goalkeeper, and I think the referee stopped the game and given Hungary a free kick anyway. Big Scotland moments, big Scotland regrets.
Yeah, it's a massive opportunity, isn't it? Grant Hanley there done everything right, just trying to find that top right hand corner of the goal. Ryan Christie, I think, must be offside there, but he's tried to bend it in from such a tight angle when he had 3 options in the 6-yard box there.
Seized upon by Christie racing down the right, he can't keep it in play. Should there have been more of this? I'm not saying all out, Chris, but more attacking intent from Scotland earlier on in this game. Feels as though they've left it too late. 90 seconds remain in Stuttgart. Scotland 0, Hungary 0. The Scots third, Hungary heading out. On the right hand side is Lawrence Shanklin. McTominay in the middle, cross to the back post. Hanley heads it down. It's gone behind the one hand ball behind the goal. It'll be a corner. Corner to Scotland.
That's an excellent ball in from Shankland there. That's Hanley at the back post area, keeping that alive. He asked for an handball. No, that's off the chest and midriff. But much better there from Scotland.
Gunn won't go forward. Corner, Armstrong, because I think Gunn's not going forward because mathematically Scotland won't go out with a draw tonight. Final minutes of 10 added. Is this the moment? Armstrong, right-footed, back post, header across goal towards Grant Hanley who leaps. It's McGregor! It's blocked! It'll be cleared away. Oh, there's danger now. 3 against 2. It's played forward. Shobot. Morgan tracking him back. 40 seconds remain, and he's knocked it wide to Sholoi. Sabosla in the middle. Sholoi, is it Hungary to win it here? They do! It's been turned in, and Scotland are heading home. Shobot at the back post, and Hungary have won the game and broken Scotland hearts. It's going to be nearly, but not good enough for Steve Clarke and Scotland at a major tournament again. That is the biggest heartbreaker you will see. Scotland had the chance just moments earlier. Hungary broke from their own corner. It was rolled square into the penalty area. There was Chobot to provoke tears of joy at the Hungary end of the stadium and tears of despair and desperate disappointment for Scotland. Their Euro 2024 campaign is going to come to an end here tonight in Stuttgart. Scotland 0, Hungary 1.
Well, it's absolutely devastating, isn't it? And I'm looking at the moment as well. He's onside there. It's excellent play, excellent break, quality, pace, and then Chabot there. Had all the goals, an excellent finish as well. Angus Gunn had no chance, but there was just such a massive opportunity down the other side. Grant Hanley kept it alive. Callum McGregor takes it on the chest. You've got to put everything through it. Tried to pass it into the net. It was defended well by Hungary, and it just shows you that the quality, clinical, not created anything second half. It's an excellent finish.
Hungary are keeping their hopes alive. Third place, 3 points. Scotland bottom, 1 point. That goal in the 100th minute. 10 added, 10 played. Hungary lead. Scotland desperate. They're heading out. Forward by McKenna to the edge of the box. It's headed away. It'll drop down to Christie. Even an equaliser here for Scotland is realistically not enough. That's it. Scotland are out of Euro 2024 on a night where dreams were supposed to be made and history was meant to be written. This is Scotland's worst nightmare. Hungary keep their hopes alive with a winner in the 100th minute through substitute Kevin Chobot, and the Hungary fans are in total delirium, and the Scotland supporters stand frozen in time, unable to comprehend what has happened. Scotland players collapse to the floor and their major tournament jinx goes on. Still, they have never progressed to the knockout stages. It all seems set up tonight for something so special here in southern Germany. Scotland laboured. Did they leave it too late? Whilst they huffed and puffed, they never truly threatened. The one chance for Hanley at the very, very end, turned away by the goalkeeper. Scotland, a few moments later, on a corner. It came to nothing, and Hungary broke away. And with Hungary heading out to the tournament, they turn the tables to send Scotland home. It is absolutely gut-wrenching for Steve Clarke's team, who recovered from that opening night in Munich where they were humbled by Germany. It looked like it was on for them after the draw with Switzerland on Wednesday. But yet again, for the Tartan Army, despite such remarkable support, they've brought such colour and energy to the tournament. They'll be heading home far too early again, and Scotland are left with deep regrets and thoughts of, oh, what might have been. It finishes Scotland 0, Hungary 1, and Scotland are going home.